We would like to have a volunteer. Wait, where are you from? All right, so here's what I want the two of you to talk about. That. Tell the class what that is.
All right.
We're going to go with Frost here.
Sure.
I have absolutely no idea what that is.
Go take a guess. The N-bomb?
I think I heard the N-bomb, the word, but I don't know what that means.
Okay, well, let's say it's not the N-bomb. What's another way to say it? The N-word.
I think I know that. In Mandarin, we say the word that. It sounds very close to that N-word.
Yeah?
You want me to say it in Mandarin?
Yeah, in Mandarin.
So in Mandarin, if you want to say like that apple,
Yeah?
it sounds like 那个苹果. Sometimes if the that is 那个, but sometimes we say it really fast, it sounds like the N-word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, not phonetically.
Yeah, if we say that really quick, 那个. Sometimes
Okay, all right.
那个. So it sounds really close.
Okay, I got
yeah. That's true. It's not. I'm not being like an asshole here, but that's how it works, you know. That's how it works. Like when you say it really fast, it sounds like that.
So this is a like super interesting topic because like it always teeters between like freedom of speech and just like the context of that word historically. I know internationally it's used like I would say like pretty commonly with people of color in particular, but I know.
You mean in other countries?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, because like there's a lot of exposure to American media via rap or shows, and so it sort of morphs itself into people's vernacular. It's a much bigger issue here, but I feel like it's a very avoidable issue for people who are not black. But yeah, other people.
So when you say it morphs into a certain vernacular,
Yeah.
is that whose vernacular? What do you mean?
No, I mean like.
Like in Arabic?
No, just like with people who are exposed to Western media from these countries, like because they're not exposed to the history of the word, they don't know it as anything more beyond something you would say to an endearing friend. The education that lies behind the use of the word within like slavery.
Do you speak Arabic?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. The Egyptian Arabic?
Yeah.
Okay, what's a word in Arabic that's kind of equivalent to the N-word?
Yeah, there's like the Arabic version of the N-word, and obviously it's interesting being from Egypt because it's an African country, but it's also like North African, and so it's a touching point for a lot of cultures. And so if I in the past have been called like the N-word via Arabic or other languages, and it still sucks, you know.
Is there a word though in Arabic that you use not regarding people of African ancestry? I mean, just a word, like maybe toward the Omanis, the Yemenis, or something that's like a word that people use that's just really problematic.
I feel like it's less race-based, and like something that people say in Egypt is like if they want to call someone stupid, they call him a falah, which means farmer. It's problematic because it's not racist, but it's like super classist, because then you're attributing all these negative ideas around like an honest group of people, right?
Yeah. So in Mandarin, is there a word that similarly, if you use it towards somebody, not regarding the N-word, right, but just another word toward a particular groups?
I can think of a word in Chinese. It's like an N-word. It's basically some bad word. So
you can or you can't?
I can't.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like me, if you wanted to talk about your professor who you really hated, what would you call me? Like in Colombia, there's a phrase, I think it's probably in other countries, but I only know it in Colombia, nos llevó el putas. How bad is that? If I just was standing up or going like, yo, class, nos llevó el putas.
It's like pretty much like, we're too deep down, like it's so bad.
Like we're fucked.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but it means that they sent us to the prostitutes, but in this case it's the devil.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So why do you think it's the N-bomb?
You ruin your social life pretty badly if you get caught saying it in public, I guess.
What do you think about the fact that that a lot of people of African ancestry still say it?
I think I mean, that's an interesting take, and you can be like, oh, like you shouldn't say it at all, like no one should say it, but like I don't think that's the determination of the group outside of those oppressed to tell them, oh, you can't use this word that was used against you, right? Like I think the whole idea is that, oh, we've taken it back and we've sort of repurposed the word, and I think that's like completely up to that community. You can't be like, oh, either all of us can say it or none of us can say, because like life is much more complicated than these sort of absolutist statements, I guess.
Yeah. All right, man.
Yeah, I agree with him. At first, I think for non-African American communities, if we say that, it's like I personally think it's quite offensive. I don't think it's respectful, but for their own communities, I think they won't say it. They can say it because they represent themselves, and I think they're pretty cool because they can take some kind of word which is at first humiliate them, but they take it by themselves and use it.
Yeah.
So I think they're pretty cool because our Chinese, we will not say like hey chinks, we will not like that, right? Stay yellow. No, we are not doing that. But they can take others' humiliation become their own positive energy. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. When did you first hear chink as a word?
I think during my high school when I was still in China, because sometimes, some celebrities in Hollywood, sometimes they post some, stuff which humiliate like Chinese Asians. So the news will report it, so I saw it. Yeah. So they, for example, the typical stuff is like they think Chinese people are always small eyes, in two lines.
Hang on, let me see.
Yeah, but actually I think my eyes are pretty big.
All right. So my question is that, in front of all these people, it's easy to be like, yeah, it's their word. They could use it to repurpose it, and it's cool. But like, when it's only you and your friends and there's no black people there, I mean, I would think like it's really easy to be like, yo, what's good, my nigga, and shit like that. You feel me? So are you just saying this because it sounds nice for like other people to hear, or is it like when it's only you and your guys, you're like, what's good, my nigga?
From China here, I'm also like a minority, so I want to be respected. So the respect is two ways. So I will respect other people too. So I will not do that, even it's not public. But thank you. But it all depends. It all depends on yourself. So some people may do it, some people may not do it, because just like I mentioned before, in Chinese, when we say that, it sounds like the N word. And sometimes when I go out with my Chinese friends, classmates, and when some African Americans are around us, I sometimes get a little bit nervous because might be some misunderstandings. But I will even try to avoid say that in Chinese. But as long as your thoughts are good, you are not doing that, you're fine, I think.
I think that's a very fair question, and obviously it's easy to be like, oh, you should never say it and all that, and then in private do whatever. But I think it's important for people to maintain consistency, because people aren't switches. You can't be like, oh, I'm just gonna use this word in this very private setting, and then I'm just gonna never use it in public, because the moment where you get angry, the moment where like things get rough, you're just gonna like pull it from the back of your head, and it's like, it's not a place you want to be. And also, like, English language is expansive enough for you to use a million other like substitutes. So
Egypt's always been part of Africa, and obviously not the subcontinent and sub-Saharan Africa. But it's part of Africa, but part of what we've experienced in the past 30 years or so is a real push on the part of people in the black community, especially the intellectuals in the black community, to really say, no, bring Egypt back into Africa, and really insisting that Egypt is part of Africa, which means then you're part of Africans. You're African. Mm-hmm. And so what's that mean in terms of him being able to drop the N-bomb, even though he's Egyptian, right? So see, it's like we push him back around, and it's like, hey, wait, hang on a second. Even though you're not from sub-Saharan Africa. Thanks, man. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. You guys did great.